I like to play soccer, I like to play guitar, and I like to listen to music. I was born in Rome, Italy. I lived there till I was about 2, and then my family moved to Baltimore, Maryland. We stayed there till I was 4, and then we moved to Canberra, Australia. We were moving around because my dad's job required him to move. In Australia, I turned 5. And I went to kindergarten there. One day my mom was really late to pick me up, and I was like really worried and crying and like looking outside for her. And then it happened again a few weeks later, and that just increased my worry. And I think that was the point where it switched something in me where I was like, I got really afraid if I couldn't see my mom, and I like wanted to always be near her. So we moved back to the United States, and I still had that problem. And I started first grade at Mount Clair, and my problem just seemed to get worse and worse. Like every night was really hard because I was like always crying and like wanting my mom to be with me all the time. My fear kept me from like being at peace. Like I was always worried or thinking about stuff. Sometimes it would keep me from going outside to play because I'd have to be away from my mom. I think the lies that I was believing was that my parents didn't really care about me and they would just take off and leave whenever, and that God wasn't there for me. At first my mom was trying to be really close with me to help me with it, but then one night she calmed me down and said that she wanted me to fight my fear. She gave me this like list of verses to like read when I was like feeling nervous and to like know that God was with me, and they were like one saying that God was always with you, and so like when I felt scared at night I would just get out the paper and read some of the verses on it. So this wasn't like a one-day thing, like this stuck with me for like 3 years, and it was like a struggle like every day. It was like all I could think about, but the papers that my mom gave me to read helped a lot. And then I knew that my dad was praying for me behind the scenes. My dad fasted 1 day a week for 6 months. It was right after that my fear completely left. Obviously I still struggle with other things, but the fear of my mom leaving me or not being by my side all the time left. I would tell others who struggle with anxiety that when you face your fear, it gets smaller and smaller, but if you don't face it, every day it builds up and gets bigger and bigger. I never thought